What if you were a copywriter and all of a sudden your job is at risk for AI, or maybe you've already lost a lot of your client work? What I would do in that situation to pivot is think of how to market to clients. People are using LLMs and everything's being auto-summarized with AI. A lot of AI-generated content that's written is being flagged as spammy. So if I was a copywriter, I would be pivoting and educating my office around the importance of making sure that your messaging and your writing isn't being flagged as spammy because you're not editing what an LLM writes for you, whether that be Claude or ChatGPT. That's a really good use case example of how to remain competitive and how to shift your marketing and your messaging around the age of AI. Welcome to How I AI, the podcast featuring real people, real stories, and real AI in action. Hi, I'm Brooke, your host and guide on this journey of the real-world impact of artificial intelligence. For over 15 years, I've worked in creative marketing, events, and business strategy, wearing all the hats. I know the struggle of trying to scale and manage all things without burning out. But here's the game changer, AI. This isn't just a podcast. How I AI is a community, a space where curious minds like you come together, share ideas, and I'll also bring you exclusive discounts and insider resources because AI isn't just a trend, it's a shift. And the sooner we embrace it, the more freedom, creativity, and opportunities we'll unlock. Have you just started exploring AI and feel a bit overwhelmed? Don't worry, I've got you. Jump on a quick start audit call with me so you can walk away with a clear and personalized plan to move forward with more confidence and ease. Join my community of AI adopters like yourself. Plus, grab my free resources, including the AI Get Started guide, or try my How I AI Companion GPT. It pulls insights from my guest interviews along with global reports so you can stay ahead of the curve. Follow the link in the description below to get started. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of How I AI. Today I have a solo episode and we're going deep. I'm going to share more about myself so we can get to know each other. I want to cover some of the AI trends and news. I'm going to share about some of the tools I'm learning right now, speak about my personal experience with clients, tease some of the products I'm releasing soon. All right, I began my career in Los Angeles working across the entertainment industry, from documentaries and film festivals to red carpet premieres and music publishing. Later, I moved to New York City where I entered the tech world. I was working for a SaaS company focusing on email deliverability. I had some freelancing opportunities and consulting roles after that. And during COVID, I took a step back to deepen my spiritual practice. I became a certified life coach where I truly learned the art of effective listening, asking powerful questions, and how to really connect with individuals. After the world was back on its feet, I transitioned into hospitality marketing, overseeing brand partnerships and communications for a boutique hotel in Miami. A couple years ago, Mindvalley put out a conference about artificial intelligence. It was free online and it sparked my interest in this space. I recognized the enormous opportunities that lied ahead. I began learning and recently started consulting in the AI space, blending my marketing expertise, my tech curiosity, and coaching skills. I believe there has never been a more exciting time for creators and founders, and with AI, it's easier to bring our ideas to life and build what lights you up. Under The Collective, we do academy workshops once a week. I've learned AI assistance and a lot of beneficial tools. I've started to learn more about agentic workflows, autonomous solutions. I wanted to bring this How I AI podcast to life because we can grow and learn together. And the best way to do that is to speak to our peers and see how they're utilizing AI in their personal lives. So let's speak a bit about some of the macro trends that I see coming up through AI. At the time of this podcast, it's April 2025. The president just signed an executive order bringing AI into schools. Grades K through 12 are now going to be learning and integrating AI. I feel like this is a bit controversial just from speaking with clients. A lot of people are hesitant to bring AI into the workforce. They don't want their employees to become reliant and not retaining any of the knowledge or information. Should they need to recall it live on a call, right? And you can relate this to schools as well. What are we learning if kids can use AI? I like to challenge that and think, well, what are you teaching that AI can't replace? And how are you making your students more competitive in the workforce? And that teases a little bit into what I've been working on with clients as well, is positioning your brand and your business in an AI era. What does that look like when knowledge is free? People are able to go to a GPT, and it raises the question of what are we really learning and teaching and needing to do anymore, and adapting and pivoting in the ways that are necessary, remaining competitive against AI because it's happening whether we like it or not. And it's time to position ourselves, whether we're students or we're business owners, effectively. I love talking about all of this stuff. The Work Trend Index annual report came out from Microsoft. It's an annual survey, and Microsoft looks at how AI is reshaping knowledge work inside organizations. One of the things that they mentioned in this report, and I'm happy to link it out as well, is that companies are moving from AI assistants to more autonomous agent-run workflows, where every employee becomes an agent boss while humans set direction and agents execute. I have been speaking a lot with my peers and colleagues about this, how already agents have entered the workflow. If you don't know what an agent is, I'm putting together a really easy get started guide with AI where it breaks down this vocabulary. In my get started guide, I'm going to share links to communities I have found supportive that give you a lot of how-to guides, how to get started. One of the greatest ways to explain what an agent is able to think and make decisions and improve on its own. Think of the concept of AI can create a recipe for you versus an agent is able to go in and be the cook in the kitchen that adapts with the ingredients, that improves as it goes, and is able to do it full circle. And going back to this annual report, they are talking about agent bosses. What is an agent boss? Companies are already adapting this 1-to-6 approach where one person is overlooking 6 agents. This is happening real time. People are going in and replacing staff with agents and are now hiring agent managers. That is a big shift in the employee marketplace. This is why it's super critical to start learning AI. You want to be the person that is able to readily manage and oversee AI and be familiar with how to speak to AI to be adapting and staying ahead of this knowledge. OpenAI just released its own academy recently as well. So there are many places online that you can go and be learning this for free. I'm also going to share some of my favorite newsletters, how I stay up to date with everything that's coming on through AI. So definitely keep a lookout for that Get Started guide I'll be sharing soon on my Instagram. Another great report that came out was the Future of Jobs report in 2025 by the World Economic Forum. This is a global survey. It talks a lot about what to expect between now and 2030 with the job market. They believe AI is going to create 170 million jobs and displace another 92 million. Just when the internet came out, there was no such thing as digital marketing. New jobs are being created that we haven't seen before. What does it look like to be an agent boss or an agent manager versus an employee manager? The Future of Jobs report shared that 39% of core skills are going to change. So think about everything that you do day to day. 39% of those core skills are no longer going to be relevant by 2030. And a lot of that is happening in real time now. How are you replacing and growing that 39% with new skills that are needed in this new job market and in this new day and age? My goal is to be consistently sharing news and what I'm learning with you in real time online. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. I have a few different accounts. I have one called Brooke Studio. That's where I'm currently spending a lot of time talking about branding and strategy in the AI era and how to position yourself. I'll also share any hacks that I'm learning. You can follow howiai.podcast for updates on guests that are coming up and key findings that they shared. I'm also launching a community, and this is going to be where all of my show notes are going to live. And I'm working on uploading the videos from my podcasts to YouTube, and I want to encourage people to go in and be commenting and sharing about their key learnings and findings. Everyone's super interested in what tools I'm learning right now and what I'm finding helpful and useful. I am currently teaching myself Zapier, and that is an automation system, one that I find most approachable and easy to use. I recently had a training in the collective. He trained us on N8N, and it was actually pretty comical because a lot of us in that training were beginners, and it was pretty difficult. Relevance AI is another one that they've done trainings with us, and make.com as well. But I like how Zapier makes flows really easy. You can tell it what you want in layman's terms, and it's flows that integrate with a lot of the tools that you might already be using. My clients are already using tools like Notion, Slack, Trello, and you can create what they call zaps of once this trigger happens, then do this. They even have zaps already set up and templates and suggestions. I've been helping some of my clients get up and running just to help with automation and get some of their busy work that they do repetitively every day taken care of. How I AI is brought to you in partnership with the Collective AI, a space designed to accelerate your learning and AI adoption. I joined the Collective and it's completely catapulted my learning, expanded my network, and showed me what's possible with AI. Whether you're just starting out, seeking community, or want done-for-you solutions, the Collective gives you the resources to grow your business with AI. I had another really fascinating conversation with a colleague recently just about how these LLMs can hallucinate. And he told me about a creative solution he's been doing for a couple years now called a RAG system. You can connect it with Notion or Airtable. I'm not going to go in depth about the technicalities of it, but I can share a link in the show notes. I know ChatGPT recently updated where you can connect your Google Drive and use that as your shared database as well. But I believe that the RAG system is still more effective for preventing hallucinations. So that is another cool thing I learned this week. So that brings me to positioning yourself in the AI era. It's super critical because AI is going to be your biggest competitor. Unless you're selling common goods like toilet paper or things that are necessities that we buy every day, chances are artificial intelligence is going to be one of your competitors. One of the things I like to speak to in marketing is the SWOT analysis, which is your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Your personal strengths are going to be what humans do better than AI and how to use that as leverage. This can be things like emotional intelligence, instinct, your lived experiences, storytelling and highlighting those experiences, because AI doesn't have a lived life like you do. Think about a year from now when everybody has a ton of Instagram accounts that are automated. Think about how convoluted the space is going to be, and make sure your brand doesn't sound like everybody else, and really fine-tuning your unique intrinsic value. Obviously, AI has a lot of opportunities where you can delegate your work. You have a lot of time to put into creative pursuits and get to know your client, reach them more individualized and hyper-personalized, standing out in this algorithmic sea of sameness. If your brand feels too produced, people aren't going to connect. There's this huge false urgency to scale fast. I think it's never been more important to slow down and get crystal clear on who you are as a brand and what makes you unique and why people should come to you versus going to AI to learn or having AI create the website for them. There's a lot of jobs that are being disrupted right now when it comes to copywriting and creative assets, and outlining what makes you unique and why people would want to come to you versus having AI do it. AI really should be used to support your zone of genius, not replace it. But what I really want to encourage everybody is information is free. And everything we've ever wanted is at our fingertips at a push of a button. With AI giving everyone the same tools and playbooks, everybody's going to be professional at the algorithm. Everybody's going to know how to do email marketing at the top of their game. It's no longer going to be about who can execute. It's going to be about who can really originate. I recently had the opportunity to speak here in Miami at a Women in AI panel. It was an amazing evening. I thought it would be fun to share some of the questions that we had there with you all. One of the questions was career stability with AI and everything being automated and what my thoughts were. I feel like it's a critical time to be upskilling right now. It's super important to take a pause in your business and to be working on your business rather than so involved in your business. It's going to pay off in the long run if you take that time and integrate new systems into your workflow, be able to pivot where you can. I thought it'd be fun to share examples online. I'll do that in the coming weeks of suggestions I have for how to pivot. An idea that came to mind, an example is, what if you were a copywriter and all of a sudden your job is at risk for AI, or maybe you've already lost a lot of your client work? What I would do in that situation to pivot is to think about how to market to clients, and people are using LLMs and everything's being auto-summarized with AI. A lot of AI-generated content that's written is being flagged as spammy. So if I was a copywriter, I would be pivoting and educating around the importance of making sure that your messaging and your writing isn't being flagged as spammy because you're not editing what an LLM writes for you, whether that be Claude or ChatGPT. That's a really good use case example of how to remain competitive and how to shift your marketing and your messaging around the age of AI. Another question from the Q&A I was in recently was, how are you preparing your clients for the AI era? It's a very unique time where there's more people working for themselves than ever. I think that what's going to help people stand out is the ability to remain agile. Things are going to be very shifty for the next couple years, and to encourage experiences that sharpen those skills. I've been going to a lot of summits and retreats. I just went to Emerge here in Miami. I also went to an AI agent summit. I'm going to a hacker house in Bali this summer. And the intentionality of putting myself in a space of creativity and also hear how everybody else is adapting and using AI. and completely rework the way that you approach things now. And to be applying yourself to spend an hour a week learning and exploring and encouraging these sandbox environments in your team and in your own personal life, I think is exactly how you can prepare for this AI era. The last point I want to make, a lot of ideas that I've seen other people act on quicker, which is teaching me to act faster. In the age of AI, the faster you can act on your ideas, the better. If you have a good idea, a lot of people probably have similar ideas, and it's the first person who acts that will get rewarded. How quick can you execute on your ideas? Do you have an idea right now that you're sitting on that would be a great opportunity to execute in the age of AI? We're really in a blue ocean moment. It's never been an easier time to build a website, create an app, vibe code, and really get these things out into fruition. Just a word of encouragement, because chances are you're in a unique industry or you're in a niche industry. You have a solution to a problem that a lot of people can benefit from. I am super excited to go to the Hacker House in Bali this summer because I have a lot of ideas I want to execute on. I'm excited to be meeting with the collective and build. That's my goal this year, is to build more. Look out for exciting product announcements coming from the community. I'm going to do an entire offering around the benefits of custom GPTs, share a lot of my favorite ones that are already out there, because we don't need to reinvent the wheel. I have a really exciting guest coming up. She works in the coaching space. I have a bit of experience in coaching as well. I'm excited to hear how she's integrating AI. She seems to be automating a lot for her social media. I am going to be interviewing a newsletter marketer who has brought her subscriber list to over 30,000 followers. I also have another woman that is fantastic when it comes to marketing, automation, and has been getting into the robotics space. A lot of cool guests coming up that I can't wait to share with you all. So thank you so much for listening on my first solo episode. It was great to share a bit more about my ideas, what I've been thinking, some of the projects I'm working on. There's just going to be a wave of really cool technologies and products coming out in the coming months and coming years. It's a really exciting time to be alive, and I'm excited to be on this ride with you all. I do want to ask, if you've enjoyed this episode, reach out to me. Share this with a friend. I would love if you could rate and review. This really helps the podcast get out to more people. If this helped you think about AI differently, send it to one person who needs it. I'll do some more solo episodes in the future. Reach out, share some questions. All right. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode of How I AI. I hope today's episode opened your mind to what's possible with AI. Do you have a cool use case on how you're using AI and want to share it? DM me. I'd love to hear more and feature you on my next podcast. Until next time, here's to working smarter, not harder. See you on the next episode of How I AI. This episode was made possible in partnership with the Collective AI, a community designed to help entrepreneurs, creators, and professionals seamlessly integrate AI into their workflows. One of the biggest game changers in my own AI journey was joining this space. It's where I learned, connected, and truly enhanced my understanding of what's possible with AI. And the best part, they offer multiple membership levels to meet you where you are. Whether you want to DIY your AI learning or work with a personalized AI consultant for your business, the Collective has you covered. Learn more and sign up using my exclusive link in the show notes.